seriously, we've still got the squeaky chair. It's been 2 months and we've still got the squeaky chair. Honestly, it's an absolute piss take. What? This is voluntary. I'm not even getting paid for this. Don't fucking tell them that. Alright guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Fearless News Bite, where we talk everything training, nutrition and lifestyle. I give you the inside scoops, hot off the press, so you can keep yourself up to date and in the loop. And today, we're talking about, that's right, creatine. Creatine monohydrate, okay? The simplest, plainest form of creatine that you can get. And we're gonna talk about some recommendations, some considerations, some fucking squeaky seats, and how you can benefit from creatine and how you can actually supplement and take it within your nutritional regimen for the best of your ability, save money, and of course, reap the benefits. So, a couple of things to keep in mind. First of all, creatine is not an anabolic steroid, it is not a drug, and it is one of the most scientifically backed up research supplements that we have in our repertoire today. And you can go to places like examine.com, or you can listen to a couple of research specialists within this field, like Dr. Darren Kando, who will talk through and explain a little bit more about the protocols in long form content about creatine to bring yourself a bit of an awareness and slay a lot of myths and conceptions. That said, I'm going to bullet through a few here of how you can take it and how it can actually benefit your health more than just your performance in the gym. So, supplementing with creatine monohydrate is safe, okay? It increases the hypertrophy, the strength and power of the muscles, okay? And you don't have to take any other forms, as I've aforementioned, apart from, okay, creatine monohydrate. So a lot of these blends, mixes and elixirs that you can find in supplement stores, they are unnecessary, and a lot of the time they're a marketing ploy, and they actually just desensitize, or their potency is not as high as just taking the pure form, because they're mixed with a lot of other fillers, if you will, to create more value. Now, you do not need to load on creatine, popular to contrary belief as well, and it doesn't have to be taken with carbohydrates or protein either. Now, keep in mind, research is always evolving, but there are some of the biggest misconceptions of which people think they need to do. So, generally, taking anywhere between 3 and 5 grams per day, and within a couple of weeks, you'll start to reap the benefits, as it does take a certain amount of time for the body to actually adapt, absorb this creatine into the body, and once again, it can only absorb so much at one time. So if you load on it, you're going to be excreting a lot of it. You're also going to put yourself at risk of a little bit more water retention, and also a little bit of GI discomfort, and perhaps some awkward toilet moments. Now, if you fall out of the normal range, okay, and you are a bigger or a larger individual, you can do a simple calculation, and you can do 0.4 grams per kilogram per day, okay? So that is a quick way if you want to find out an estimate, but for most people, between the 3 and 5 grams, 10 at the very highest, okay, will put you in a place where you'll be ingesting enough creatine for maximal benefit and performance. Now, some more benefits that most people are unaware of creatine are things like bone density and aging, cognitive function and awareness, muscle retention other than performance, and also anti-aging, and also energy production and facilitation. Now, once again, you can go into the long form content from some of the resources I mentioned earlier, make sure they are reliable as well, that talk about creatine. I would probably say Dr. Darren Kando is one of the best leading experts in this space, so you can get accurate knowledge on creatine and not be fearful of it, but also use it effectively. Now, one thing that we will actually touch base on before I go is that if you were to load on creatine, there would be about one time that you could do that, but it's very, very niche, and that is if you were in a dieting phase, because generally creatine is stored within muscle, just like glycogen and carbohydrates, and weight is obviously going to increase. So taking a low dose will result in a slow, steady rise over the first couple of weeks if you were to do this in a dieting phase, and most likely will mask your fat loss. So what you're going to do is, for that loading phase over 5 to 7 days, to get the benefits of creatine and muscle retention, if you are in that dieting phase where muscle retention is key, then you're just going to operate off a new baseline within the 2 weeks as your weight scales up 1 to 2 kilos depending on your actual dieting phase, etc. But apart from that, for most of us, we do not need to worry about it, and I would follow those basic guidelines of which I've mentioned. So guys, remember to like, comment and subscribe okay, for more content every week, and I'll be here, same time, same place next week to give you another bite-sized piece of the news, keep you informed, up to date, and well and truly in the loop. Thanks for tuning in.